All right, my name's Owen Wilson. This is live trading on June 18th, 2025. Just coming in right before the open. As a reminder, I'm just narrating for myself. This is just to see what I normally would do. I'm not like narrating to try and teach, how I'm trading. We got a lot of a stacked red folder day today. Gotta just always come in like right at the open. I will say, feeling, little flu kind of type, not flu, but under the weather for sure this morning. And, just to preface, like, I'll never use that as an excuse. I will, now, some days, yes, I may take off and not trade at all, but if I am trading, like, I own my result, I'll own it in front of you all every time. No exceptions to that. This result, whatever it ends up being, is mine 100%. Tomorrow's Juneteenth too. I gotta turn my AC on. Tomorrow's Juneteenth. So no trading tomorrow, and potentially probably no trading Friday as well for me. So this will likely be the last day of the week that I trade. So the H4 is relatively unclear. We don't have much alignment with time-based liquidity and H4 levels. If you go to a weekly, just start on the top down. I need to move this thing out of my way. So, not much has changed. It's still the same week, but, we're leaning a little more bullish in that sense. Daily changed to stay delivery and then popped right back in. Overall, still, that IRL to Euro movement is still unclear. Or not IRL to Euro, but movement between IRL and Euro is still unclear. And so the 4-hour is, also unclear. And so it's an interesting part of my system that I usually don't see. Oh, what am I saying? No, what am I saying? It's right here. Okay, hold on, let me get this back. Yeah, this is H4 right here. Okay, that's H4 ERL, and we have ERL down here. So if anything, I would lean bearishly on this reaction to time-based liquidity and an honest overall ERL to ERL movement. And the daily does not disagree with that. We have equal lows below. Weekly absolutely could go and make a lower low of the week. And without that, yeah. So, let's see, London. We've already traded into the key level. I'll be interested in watching the reaction. That's Asia high as well. So, yeah, H4 ERL popped in. London, I'll be interested to see what is our reaction that we get. More bearish movement. Okay. I'm also feeling nervous. And the reason I'm feeling nervous, is because I've worked my way out of drawdown, and I have, much much higher risk now, and all these past few days have been just low risk, small wins that, yes, they help with commissions over time, but any just normal size loss would wipe them out. And so I feel nervous, but that's a feeling that isn't validated by data, because if you just look over in the past month, I've had a lot of wins, big wins. And so, even just a loss like this today, risk will change. It's a dynamic risk. So if I lose today, then I lose today. If I win today, I win today. What I know I will do is I will trade my system. That is what I know for a fact, is I will trade my system. I don't know why I keep thinking that's exocharts. It's hard to see this. So, once we tapped into the key level, this is the only price action we've had. And so nothing yet with clarity, no interaction with highs or lows, a little bit of interaction with fair value gap. I'd do like a handstand or something. So I feel out of it. Ugh. If this were to buy up, it would have to be conservative risk trade to London high. Again, but that's okay. Just gonna, watch if it sells off, be full risk to Asia low. In terms of EXO, okay, selling point of control. Be interesting to watch. Sellers are definitely getting trapped. I always don't want to overcomplicate it though for myself. It's just like sellers are getting trapped. It's like, yeah, price is going up. Some sellers, no matter what, if price is going up, are going to get trapped. So more just waiting for clarity. We've interacted with a high now. $9.38. Okay. And this is a conservative risk entry. One second. Come on. I'm fucking slow right now. This is a conservative risk entry. Let's put the stop loss right below here. This is fine. Fine risk. Candle lows. Low risk. Prices. You know, bullish order flow. Bullish for value gap. That is a for value. Yes. It's holding. Stop loss. I don't want to see it just crunching back down. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to close it out. 22.065.25. This is a definite squeeze. 22. I want to see that hold. 22.065. Yeah, we're getting, a lot of passive. I know there's a lot of buying. I don't have to even look. And just kind of being a little more mechanical in this sense. Like, this is another trade I don't want to enter. I don't want to, but it doesn't change the fact that it is the system. So, because the overall H4 movement is bearish and this is against it, but we are getting, a bullish. I have to, respect the fact we're getting a bullish reaction from time-based liquidity. Bullish order flow combined with fair value gap, proving displacement. And so, this is a conservative risk entry to mitigate the fact that the H4 is unclear. With that inversion of that gap, I'm just going to move stop loss to this low. This whole movement, all bears, I want to see wiped out on that in terms of or is it not low? I guess it's not a low, but I still don't want to see it. Yeah, I agree with what I'm saying. I'm going to move my stop loss, remove some risk on that. I want to see these people get squeezed. There's just all the sellers, all sellers. There's going to be passive selling coming in for value gaps and stuff like that. I want to see that get absorbed and then not take over. R region, 1.62. It's just been a low risk week so far. It might change today, but so far it has been. Like if I were to get stopped on this trade, then there might be a potential for a higher risk sell, but I don't want to see that reverse or any retracement, okay, but don't want to see it reverse. So stops move to the most recent, just push through inverted fair value gap. Just draw it for my sake. Fair value gap. I think I'm gonna move the stop loss up just even a little bit more to right on under these candle bodies, just as a way kind of trailing with the amount that it's trailed on the trade, and just understanding I really don't want to see a reversal from these levels, because the whole idea is that there's a lot of people selling down into these levels, sell, aggression, and they're getting trapped, and it's like you want to see them squeezed. You want to see, it's like thin market logic, like swift move down, swift move back up. I just want to make sure this is mitigating that. So risk is cut pretty much in half on this trade. Not in half, yeah, a little bit in half. I just wanted to check if I was in a fucking long, and for some reason I wasn't in a short. It was just that kind of day. uh, More passive, the deeper in premium, the more passive selling. Again, you want to see it get absorbed. So like we just traded, we're in a premium, we're holding in a premium. I still like the stop loss placement. There's no really any fair value gaps created past here, so I'm just going to leave it be. If we start holding up, above these regions in here, like definitely trailing up to like here. But as of right now, just leaving the stop loss where it's at. I mean, I could probably even get up further on that, but we'll see what goes on. What is 21,962? It's like right down there. It's the selling point of control. Bottom of the selling point of control. Just gonna let price be for right now. I could probably move my stop loss up even more just because I really don't want to see much reversal on this, but I'm going to leave it. It's about equal, about equivalent. It's a little bit less than the movement push through. We'll see. If it holds above this high, I'm going to move my stop loss to somewhere in these ranges right in here. Like this, yeah, like this kind of enters breakout. This is like a swing low. Just watch it. Alright, I'm going to move my stop loss to right here. I'm actually going to move it. I'm going to move it right to here. I don't want to see, it's like a swing failure pattern. I'm going to move it right to that low. It's a selling point of control. Risk pretty much removed on that trade. So right here. Just want to see this, we're in a value area now. You might see, more. This is just, think of like an order block. Might see more. I might see more selling passively into this region, but I still agree with my stop loss because I don't want to see this whole movement erase. Yeah. So I'm going to say that this region in here is going to be the 2R region. This is the 2R region for me, because that's between what, 1.66R and 2R. So any flushes into there, I'm going to engage profit taking. But for right now, just still only up about 1 point some R, 1.23R. Just kind of coming into this region. I will move my stop loss to this low down in here. We're already getting close to profit taking region, but gonna move my stop loss to this low. Yes, there's a value area. I don't want to see this whole displacement leg with a fair value gap that were raised, so stop's still in loss mitigation mode just until we get up to here. Watch cumulative delta as we move into it. Very much a lot of buying. So I just want to see what's, if we can flush in. If we do flush in, I'll take one and put it right up to the butt of the candles. So I'm going to watch this in here, make sure I'm available. Or if it does. Okay, it just tapped. Okay. It's always a little frustrating. Okay, let me come on, dude. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is frustrating. Whatever. Just let it be. I'm not gonna just barely pipped in and is not holding in there, but in terms of stop loss, I'm just gonna keep it here. There's not enough profit right now for me to take this at where it is right now, so I'm just gonna see if we can't push back up into that region. It's already RB formed. I'm actually going to butt up on this because we did do this, unfortunately there. Let me see if we can't push right back in. Okay, so one, butt up on this candle. Beautiful. That was exactly what I was looking for. God, it was pissing me off. I was like, if this reverses, I'm going to be so pissed. Okay, the reason why we're butting up on that candle, very simply, I don't even want to see it go back down. Cumulative delta is just rising very high, so I want to see this hold, high volume positive delta. I want to see that aggression hold and continue. And now we're just looking for that final take profit. This could be actually, even for a low risk, this could be a relatively fat trade. So it'd be sick if this will hit. Let's see. Michael Jordan flu game going down right now. I feel so much better. Gorgeous. Yeah, we'll see if this will continue, but this is just such a, again, it's like these, you have to just listen to the market. It's like, I'm like, but the 4 hour, it's like, yeah, but what is it doing right now? And, how do I manage my risk around that opportunity so that I'm accounting for the fact, this would be a fucking $20,000 trade if it was full risk, and old me would be like, I should have put full risk on. But it's like, over time, I know that there's a lower probability of this succeeding just because it's against the higher time frame. So, but speaking of loss, stop loss is right on this candle low. So, just want to see price continue through. This is the 2R region. I'm just gonna maybe I'll make a little rectangle color for this. I don't know. I'm being excessive. Definitely secured 1.5R. Right. Oh, well, there you go. All right. That's fine. It's still another small day, but for the week, it's like these all pay for commissions. This is about what, 3,800 bucks, 25-minute stream. I'm just done for the day. Really low risk, but still, excuse me, executed nicely. One taken off right at the tip of that candle. Let's see. Pretty much. Tip of that candle right about here. Okay. Probably should have trailed that stop up a little higher because that was a little bit low R on that last micro, but overall it was a fine execution. Definitely secured. Let's see, 31.5 times 2, so 63, 120. So I risked 126 bucks on this trade, and I made 190 bucks. So 190 divided by 126 is 1.5. So my goal always when we hit the 2R region is to secure 1.5R, and I secured 1.5R, and it's to do so in a manner in which I allow for the largest remaining position size to be on. Just small things like that. If we were to go to London High, would have made an extra few $1,000, and that'll help with, on your losing days and commissions and stuff like that. Not to be more of like trading education, but again, it's just like I'm just showing what I'm doing as I'm learning. And for any business, this applies. Having, variable risk. I mean, you're not going to, I guess, I don't even know what you'd say, but you're not going to charge the same amount for each product. Different things like that. So, but, it was a low risk week. Low risk week. I'm probably done for the week. Low risk week, but one almost every trade. It's about a $9,000 week. Very like spread week basically, but that's okay. Looking forward to when this starts getting juicy and we're risking high and start getting the P&Ls that elicit very large reactions. So, but yeah. Okay. Well, it's a short, yeah. Got to use the freedom of trading, so I'm gonna hop off, log this trade, and probably drink some tea or something. So, no, I won't be posting any video on tomorrow or Friday because I'll be taking off both days. I think. Let me just look at Friday. Let's see. There's no red folder news, and Thursday is Juneteenth, so I will likely just, when I see this, like, to me, I just see Friday and think it's going to be utterly very low probability, or excuse my language, I don't like that, low probability, but very low volatility, very low volume. So it's just, what's most likely to happen on Friday, just from my experience, is that there's going to be no trade. And I'm just going to sit there and waste my time. So instead, I'm just going to, use this freedom that trading allows me to have, and going to make a long weekend out of it. So rest up for, let's see what the red folder is next week. yeah, relatively, stacked red folder, likely a 5-day trading week. So, um, gonna rest up.